Welcome to another episode of the Mindset Flex podcast. This is your host, Elise, and today we're going to dig deep into how you can change your life in 2022. So if you're feeling stuck right now, if 2021 was a year where you didn't really achieve all the things that you wanted to achieve, then I really want you to pay attention to what we're going to get into today. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of everything, I want to tell you guys a story of my life-changing year in 2015. So 2014 was an extremely dark year for me. I absolutely did not achieve anything that I wanted to achieve. And I moved back from Jersey to Ohio, completely broken, having nothing, back with my parents, going to community college, and literally having nothing. And in the beginning of 2015, I really started focusing on self-development and growing and learning and getting better because I felt so broken as a human being. And I came upon Brian Tracy and his book called No Excuses. And it was all about not making excuses when it comes to setting goals and going after your dreams. So I'm not really going to get into that book, but I'm going to explain to you guys all the things that I learned and took seriously that ended up changing things around for me. And that really came down to setting goals. Like up until that point, I would kind of have goals in mind, but I wasn't serious about them. I thought I was serious, but I never wrote them down. I didn't put them in front of me to see. I didn't really break down what it would take to actually achieve those goals until I really started to study goal setting. Like I didn't know that was a thing before then. And as I was digging into goal setting and everything that it takes, I set 3 goals for myself. At that time, I started doing Advocare, which was a direct sales company, and my goal was to reach a certain level. The second goal that I had was to become a personal trainer, like to get my certification. And then the third goal I had was to qualify myself for nationals because I was competing at the time, but I was always getting like 4th place or 7th. I'm pretty sure I got like 11th place at one of the competitions. So I wrote those 3 things down. So up until this point, I had never written down a goal. Okay. So I'm learning about goal setting. I'm learning about all these things. And I'm like, okay, if I can just hit these 3 goals, like I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm not even writing down like 10 goals in the present tense or 20 goals or all of these things that I want to accomplish. No, I just had these 3 things that I was so dead serious about. And by the end of the year, like the end of 2015, I accomplished all 3. And I just remember looking back and being like, holy shit. I wrote down 3 things that I wanted to accomplish and I accomplished all 3. And I had this like mind-blowing moment of, wait, did this happen because I wrote it down? Like because I took my goal seriously? Like how come I was never able to achieve like a New Year's resolution, right? Because these things were not resolutions. They were 3 goals that I wrote down that I wanted to accomplish. And I gave myself the timeline of they have to be done this year. Like I need to accomplish them by the end of the year. And they happened. So 2015 was a life-changing year for me because I realized the power, like the manifesting power of writing down your goals and being serious about them instead of just making all these New Year's resolutions. So what's the difference between a goal and a resolution, like a New Year's resolution? Well, when we take goals seriously, they enable us to do the work that we want to do, to live where we want to live, to be with the people we enjoy, and to become the kind of people that we want to be. The payoff for setting goals and making plans is being able to choose the kind of life that we want to live. Whereas a New Year's resolution is like, it's not set in stone, and most people do not even accomplish their New Year's resolution. So I want you to forget about setting a resolution. This year in 2022, we're going to set goals. But before we get into setting goals, I kind of want to cover why people don't set goals. And I believe there's 5 reasons for this. First one being that people are just simply not serious. It's not that you don't want to accomplish your goal. It's that you're not serious about it. Instead of making a decision that this is going to happen and I'm going to go after this no matter what, you just kind of hope for it. Like you set a New Year's resolution. You're like, this year, my resolution is to lose 10 pounds. I hear that all the damn time. Okay, so you set this New Year's resolution to lose 10 pounds, but there's no strategy to it. There's nothing to it. You just kind of hope for it. You're like, well, I hope that I accomplish this. But that's not being serious about it. Being serious about it is having the mindset of the opposite of this goal does not even exist in my mind. Okay, so that's number one. The second reason why people don't set goals is that they don't understand the importance of setting goals. They think that people just set goals for fun and it's really not something that would actually get them to what they want to accomplish. Like it's not really something that's serious. So they don't think about it. They just live in the hamster wheel of life. Like they're just up to chance, whatever life brings, it brings because I can't really control things anyways. So I'm not going to set goals. Now, the third reason why people don't set goals is because they don't know how to do it. And this one is so sad and it blows my mind. Like one of the greatest tragedies of our educational system is that you can receive 15 to 18 years of education in our schools and never once receive a single hour of instruction on how to set goals. Like I am a college dropout. Okay, so I did not graduate, but I still went to college for 4 years. And obviously went to high school, obviously went to middle school. Never once a teacher taught me how to set goals. Never once was setting goals talked about in school. And I don't understand why. It blows my mind. I didn't know about goals until I started digging on my own and doing self-development on my own and doing research and reading book after book because I just could not believe that none of this stuff was taught to me in school. Okay. The fourth reason is the fear of rejection. People do not set goals because they're so afraid of being rejected, of being judged by others. Let's say you want to accomplish something big and your goal scares you, which is exactly what it should do. Like your goals should be so big that they scare you because that's when you get motivated. That's when you go after your goals. But what happens when you set big goals like that? Well, first of all, you're going to intimidate the people around you that do not set goals, and they're going to talk you down about them. And they're going to say, that's stupid because you're not going to achieve that. And you're just going to get disappointed. And they want you to remain in your comfort zone. Why? Because it makes them uncomfortable when you go after things that they know they don't have the balls to go after. So never get brought down by someone else who's not willing to do what you want to do. Other people's opinion over what you want to do and your goals should have nothing to do with what you actually decide on doing. If your life was up to other people's opinion and what they think you should be doing, you'd never be happy because nobody knows another person's shoe. They don't. So do not leave your life up to chance because you're too afraid of being rejected by other people when it comes to going after big things or setting goals or being judged and ridiculed. Who cares? Because this is your life. This is your life and nobody else's life. And the fifth and last reason why people don't set goals, and perhaps the most important reason of all, is the fear of failure. The fear of failure can be so paralyzing that you just get completely stuck and you can remain in that stuck zone for years, not just for weeks and months, but literally for years. And fear cannot run your life because if you are giving into fear, which is just believing a lie, I don't know if you've ever heard that, but fear is believing a lie. It's not true. It's something that our mind makes up by listening to our subconscious things that happen to us, like when we've been hurt as children and we deal with trauma and we deal with things that really hurt us and brought us down, or maybe our coaches or teachers or our parents talked negatively into our minds. And yeah, that really affects us. And that's something that we need to face and we need to realize, okay, these things have been spoken over me, but they're not truth. And I cannot live with this lie and believing this lie because then I'm never going to achieve the life that I want to achieve because I'm just living in a lie and believing a lie. But we get this one life, and believing a lie and living literally according to the lies that are in our heads is the most depressing, saddest thing ever because we're not accomplishing and we're not living the life that we were created to live. And like I said before too, I really relate to this feeling. I relate to the fear of failure because I felt this on a deep level when it comes to skiing. And every time that I put myself out there, it creeps up and it comes in because I have a lot of subconscious crap that happened to me as a child. And I didn't realize that until it started to come up. And I was like, whoa, 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 where is all this doubt and fear coming from? And I need to work through this. I cannot let this dictate my life. And I cannot let this set me back from my goals. So if you're dealing with the fear of failure, the best thing that you can do to overcome that is just to take action. Don't listen to the lies. Don't listen to your head. Like, get out of your head and just be in the moment, be in the now. Don't be in the past. Don't be listening to what other people have told you you can or cannot do. Just take action. So when it comes to taking action, obviously we know success is not achieved overnight. And success can be getting over this mindset of being so fearful, or success can be actually achieving your goals, whatever that means for you. You just need to realize that it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's important to remember that all the little steps must be taken in order to reach the finish line. So going into 2022, how are you going to have a life-changing year? How are you going to turn everything around? Well, first, you got to realize all the reasons why people don't set goals. Figure out maybe if you haven't been setting goals, which reason is the one that's been holding you back. Let go of it, put it behind you, and get ready to set a whole new lifestyle up when 2022 comes, which is literally in like a few days, or maybe by the time you're listening, it's like January 1st. So I need you to have a blank space in front of you. Take everything off the table so that we can start making goals. Because if you have subconscious shit that you're dealing with and that's holding you back, you're not going to be able to go after these goals, because you're going to have a lot of head trash and you won't be able to get out of your head. So that's the first thing that we do. We clear everything out. We realize all the things that are holding us back, and we make a conscious decision that, okay, I'm going to live 2022 as if it was my last year, as if I knew that I only had 1 year to live. So what are the most important things that I want to accomplish this year? And I don't care how many goals you set. Like, you can do 3 if it's your first year setting goals, or you can do 5, or you can do 10. Now I'm at this point, like I've been practicing this for a really long time, for like 7, 8 years now. I write down multiple goals, but I do have my top 3 that is the most important to me. So goal setting allows you to create the willpower to move the needle in your life and prevent feeling stuck. Setting both long and short-term goals helps you build focus, measure progress, and hold yourself accountable. It is so, so important to set goals. You can stop making excuses and procrastinating and start heading towards success. So let's talk about SMART goals. Let's actually talk about setting these goals. I don't know if you've heard the term SMART goals, but I have been practicing this for all these years. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So a personal SMART goal example may be committing to taking a walk every day before work. And this walk could then turn into a routine, which will later turn into a habit. And habits like these can help you work towards a bigger goal of building a healthier and more productive lifestyle overall. Like, what if you walking every morning turns into you running a freaking marathon by the end of the year? Like, I want you to think big here, but we're going to work backwards. So let's start with specific. I need you to get specific when it comes to your goal. You cannot make a goal of, in 2022, I just want to be healthier. Because if you make that goal, that's basically a New Year's resolution, and basically nothing is going to happen. Maybe for a week, you'll make some better choices because you're like, oh crap, I got to be healthier. And whatever that means in your mind to be healthier, maybe you'll eat less, or you'll choose different foods, or maybe you'll go to the gym once, but that's not specific, and it's not something you can hold yourself accountable for. So you need to be specific. What do you want to do? So maybe as you're setting these goals, like, write down specific and then ask yourself the question, what do you want to do? Okay. So for me, I want to get my pro card this year. It seems super far-fetched and it's a total dream, but that's what I want. Okay. So I write down, I want my pro card in 2022. That's what I want. It's a specific goal. Okay. Number 2, measurable. How will you track your progress? Okay. So for me, if I want my pro card, well, in order to get my pro card, I need to compete at nationals. In order to compete at nationals, I need to prep. Okay. I need to get into shape. So I need to be able to track this progress. And obviously, like, if I'm in prep, like, I'm tracking my progress weekly. I'm weighing myself. I'm measuring my hip. I'm measuring my waist every single week. I'm measuring how much I'm able to lift, like if my lifts are going up or down, right? Like I'm able to track my progress towards this goal. Okay. Number 3, achievable. How will I do it? How is this going to happen? Well, it's going to happen by me every single day eating the way that I need to eat according to the plan that I get, because I have a coach and my coach is going to give me my plan. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to follow my plan every day and I'm going to get my lifts in every day and I'm going to give it 100% every single day. So now it's broken down to literally daily things like, okay, if I just today follow my plan 100%, like get my workout in and get my meals in and I work on my mindset, I'm good, right? I'm not overwhelmed by my end goal because I'm way far from that. I just have to focus on today. And today I just need to follow my plan. Okay. Number 4, relevant. Is this relevant to your life right now? For me, absolutely, 100%. I've been working towards this goal. It's been on my mind since I was 19. So yeah, absolutely relevant. But that's really, really, really important because if this is a goal that maybe is like way down the future, like maybe you shouldn't be setting this goal this year because it's not really relevant and you need to work on other things right now, then you won't be able to achieve it because there'll be way too many obstacles. So is this relevant in your life at the moment? And the last one is time bound. When do you want to do it? When? So obviously we're talking about setting goals in 2022 and I love setting goals for myself for the whole year. Like I give myself the whole year and my goal is, okay, by the end of 2022, I need to get my pro card. Okay. So if that's my goal, I know that I'm going to have like 5 or 6 chances because that's how many national shows are in a year. They go from like June to October. I think there's also one in November. I'm going to have to look at the 2022 schedule. I'm going to put it on my wall. I'm going to see when every single national show is, and I'm going to get ready and see how many of them I can do. And so now I have all these opportunities. Like maybe I have, let's say I'll do 4 national shows. Okay, I commit to doing 4. All right, so I have 4 opportunities to achieve this goal before the end of the year ends. So you need to ask yourself, okay, when do I have these opportunities to do it? Okay, when I was doing my personal training test, like I had to schedule my test. And actually the first time I scheduled it, I failed it. Okay, I suck at taking tests. I'm like basically the worst. I get so much anxiety and overthink every question, but I took it again within that year and I passed it. And it was like the most stressful day of my life. I'm not even joking with you guys, but I gave myself that time. And it's so important to put a time limit on it because then you can work backwards and say, all right, so I set my date from 6 months from now. Okay, whether it's a test or it's a competition or a goal weight to lose, even if it's like, I want to lose 10 pounds, which there's not another goal that I hate more because it shouldn't be about losing the pounds. It should be about how you look in the mirror or like what clothes fit because your weight fluctuates all the time. But let's say it's a 10-pound goal. Well, then you can say, okay, I'm giving myself 6 months. How am I going to get there? I got to hire a coach. I got to have a plan every day, follow the plan every day. Great. So now I'm just focusing on today. And that's how you're going to change your life in 2022. You're going to set yourself the most important goals that are must. Like the opposite of you achieving those goals will not exist in your mind this year. Will not exist in your mind. Okay. And if it's 3 goals or if it's 1 goal, that's what you set and you prep for it and you take it seriously and you just focus on every single day and you take the small steps and you make the most of every day and you wake up and you say, today I'm going to make the most of my day because this year is the last year of my life. That's how you're going to look at 2022. And today I'm going to do what I can with what I have and with where I'm at. And that's all I got for you for today. I'm so excited for you to make the most of your life in 2022. And I'm going to leave you how I leave you every single time. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. I'll see you in the next episode.